next segment that we're going to get into is what we call the BOS. And the BOS is the business operating system. So the business we have, the time we have, the stress we do or do not have, and the life balance we do or do not have, the hours we do or do not have, is based on the kind of BOS system that we have in place. We all have it. And what we're going to do today is share with you how the BOS system that's Mastermind Solutions and Synergy Solutions can absolutely rock your world, absolutely change everything, a paradigm shift, a major difference. So the next three segments are called the BOS. And those three segments are Personality Masteries, the 530 Grid, and Natural Laws. Now, we call them DNA for People, DNA for Business, and DNA for Life. So I'm going to introduce the next person that's going to come in to the whole segment. But before we do that, I think, Mark, you had some things that you wanted to share before we get into the BOS.
No, I think we're good.
Excellent. Beautiful. Then what we're going to do now is that I'm going to introduce Cheryl Negoff, and she's with Tanglewood Conservatory. She shared earlier that there's 6 openings over there, and I really want you to listen to who you're talking to. In fact, the people that are watching right now might be future employees, so I want you to pay specific attention if you're interested, especially to listen to Cheryl on the DNA for People and how that's going to help you convert prospects faster. Cheryl, go ahead.
Thank you, Kevin. Last month, I talked to you about not being the teacher in the room when it came to like the Charlie Brown doing the wah, 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 when it came to converting more prospects to clients. I challenged each of you to ask your clients 2 questions. The first being to rank in order from 1 to 4, a cube, a pyramid, a wavy line, and a bulb, which one you liked best. The second question I wanted you to go out and ask them was putting in order of what causes them the most frustration. Things being out of order, things being out of control, things being boring and not fun, and having conflict with others. And I'm curious, did anybody do that? I know we're not in a room, but raise your hand, see if you actually did that. Anybody? I'm going to take a guess to say that some of you raised your hands, but there's some that didn't. And I'm curious as to what's holding you back. My guess is that you think it won't work, or that you may think that, they may think that you're off your rocker. But guess what? It's been done for 30 years, and it's only not worked 2 times. So that's a really slight percentage of, it not working. So let me give you another way that if you didn't want to ask the questions, that might work, with a little bit of practice, but asking the questions will give you the better answer as to what kind of personality you're actually speaking with. You couldn't take, this is if you didn't take the Personality Masteries course, but I really suggest that you do that to really get an in-depth, feel for the personalities. So what I'd like you to do is first notch up your listening skills. Are you ready? Let's pretend you say hello and to someone, and you get this response back. I'm going to do 4 different responses. So the first one, there's a slight pause. Hello, can you give me a detailed list of what we're going to speak about today? Second response. Hello, I don't have much time, but what would you like to accomplish today? Third response. Hello, how are you? I'm really looking forward to having an exciting talk with you today. And the fourth one, slight pause. Hello, I'm hoping you are doing well. Let's talk about whatever you want to talk about. Did they sound different to you, or did they sound the same? To me, they sounded differently, so let me explain. The first statement with a slight pause that says, hello, can you give me a detailed list? This would be an analytical, or if they selected the cube. They paused when they first start talking to you, which says they're less aggressive. They are task-oriented because they wanted a list of what was going to be covered. They want that list to be detailed so that they can dot their I's and cross their T's. The second statement, hello, I don't have much time. What would you like to accomplish today? That would be the driver. and they're a little bit more aggressive. The driver is the pyramid. They answered right away, which demonstrates, that they want to get things done, fast. And they wanted to get things done. To me, the word accomplish also states that they're task-oriented. The third statement that said, hello, how are you? I'm really looking forward to having an exciting talk with you. This would be the expressive or the wavy line. This personality also didn't waste time, which in saying hello right back like the driver. So they're a little bit more, a little bit aggressive. They asked how you were doing, which shows they think about people. They use the word exciting, which means they want to have fun. The last statement where there's a pause and they say, hello, I hope you're doing well. Let's talk about whatever you want to talk about. This would be the amiable or the ball. Did you notice they paused just like the analytical? They both share that trait of being less aggressive. They asked about you, and just like the expressive, which shows that they care about people. How about letting you lead the conversation? Why? Because they want to please you. They don't like conflict. So let me do a real quick recap. A more aggressive, faster response hello is a driver expressive. A less aggressive pause before speaking is analytical or amiable. And you need to listen, do they talk about tasks? That means they're analytical or driver. If they talk more about people, then they're amiable and expressive. Maybe you're wondering, what does it matter what personality a person is? How is that going to help me help them to win them over? Well, if you want to learn how to convert prospects faster, I suggest you open up to listening differently. How many of you want to convert prospects faster? Me? Hopefully every one of you raised your hands. How do you do it? You ask them their biggest challenge to start working on their heart or the core of who they are. Find out what causes your prospects pain with their challenge, and that is your opening to maybe start their healing. If you can show them a way to move through their pain, you gain a deeper connection with them and show them you understand their needs. Let me demonstrate how this conversation might work with the biggest challenge of, I have a hard time making calls to people I don't know. Your advice could be for the analytical. Why not make a list of the bullet points you want to cover and check them off as you go? The 530 grid would be a great structure for you to follow. The analytical's pain is things being out of order. So if you make them see black and white and get them organized, it won't be so hard for them. For the driver, you want to make the sale, right? You have all the facts. You know what you want to accomplish, go get it. The driver's pain is being out of control. Let them know they are in control of the situation. For the expressive, pretend you're going to a party and think about each topic as if it was fun as a water balloon fight, but keep track of who is winning. The expressive pain is not having fun. Get them create a party in their mind to get excited, but also mention, keep track of who is winning so that that helps them, with their follow-through, because this is one of their weaknesses. For the amiable, think about talking to them like you would your best friend. Put their picture in your mind and just have a conversation with them as if you were talking to your friend. The amiable's pain is conflict with others. Help them paint a picture that they would be happy with. Some of these examples may be stretching a bit, so when I'm done, I would love to hear your examples of how to help different personalities answer the biggest challenge question of making calls to those they don't know. Let's help each other. In conclusion, if you ask your prospect what is their biggest challenge, what is causing their pain, help them solve it by talking with them in a language of their personality. Win their heart. Dance with them. If you don't know how to help them, let them know that you would like to let a Fred Astaire or Ginger Rogers cut in to help them. they will see your heart too and hopefully refer others to get the same treatment. So understanding your prospect's personality will help you convert them faster, guaranteed.
Cheryl, that was outstanding. I really appreciate that. We have about a minute left. Is there any questions for Cheryl on what she covered? If you're talking, you're on mute.
Cheryl, what is your personality?
I'm a chameleon between expressive, amiable, and analytical.
So that makes it easier for you to talk to those three people. And what do you do about the one that you're not able to speak to? What is your approach?
I have trouble speaking out to people in general, so my amiable is very strong, and I fake it till I make it for the most part. I'm still trying to learn how to talk to the different personalities, so teaching in these seminars is helping me a lot. So I'm still doing a lot of faking, and hopefully I'm making it.
Awesome.
That's great. Well, thank you, Cheryl. I really appreciate what you shared today. Thank you, Rosanna, for your question.